guys, it's Boxing Lowdown and I'm back here with another video. Now let's talk about Derek Chisora against David Price. Now originally Derek Chisora was supposed to face off with Joseph Parker in the undercard or chief support or whatever you want to call it. Main event maybe to Josh Taylor and Regis Prograis, which is happening this weekend. However, Joseph Parker has been ruled out of the fight. He was bitten, I believe, allegedly by a spider, and it's caused him to feel unwell, and it's like, I think he gave him like 3 or 4 weeks out of camp, which severely disrupted his preparation, and he stated that he wouldn't be ready in time to face Chisora on October the 26th. So there was a lot of names being mentioned as to who would replace Joseph Parker, but we were given the name of David Price. Now, David Price was a very pleasant surprise to me, especially because I couldn't see this happening, to be honest. I couldn't see these two fighting each other. They're very good friends outside of the ring. I remember brief encounters that Derek Chisora has had with Price, particularly after the last fight against David Allen. Chisora said, on camera that, all these people that have written off Price, I was one of the only ones that was there, like I was the one to tell him to carry on boxing, even when he was at his lowest. So, there's good, clear respect between these two. And it's going to be interesting when they actually step into the ring with each other on Saturday night. Now, a lot of people are picking Chisora to win. I understand why. They think that David Price, although he's very talented, they feel that if he gets tapped on the chin, he'll go. But that's the good thing with David Price. It's so exciting to watch in the ring because he has tremendous punching power. He has the ability to turn a man's lights out just like that. So we know that Derek Chisora can punch. We know that David Price can punch. When there is a dodgy chin here and there and both men are able to punch, it makes it very exciting. So it's a very, very good support fight for Josh Taylor against Regis Prograis, and one that will captivate the O2. It will certainly captivate the casual fans anyway and the rest of the public. So I think that this is going to be a very interesting fight going in. Like I said, a lot of people are picking Derek Chisora, but one thing we do need to note about Chisora is that he does have the ability to blow hot and cold. We've seen it plenty of times, man. We've seen Chisora look very good. He was getting outboxed against Carlos Takam, losing that fight. But then he found a punch and knocked him out in the 8th round. He knocked out Spilker with a brilliant shot when he was laid up against the ropes. That was a devastating knockout, that was. He was doing well against Dillian Whyte, as we saw, up until he got knocked out. But we have seen him not look good as well against Caballero. I think it was in Monaco, it was a few years ago now. Derek Chisora looked very bad that night. Just wasn't motivated for it at all. And there has been fights where he just appeared not to be motivated. So I think he will be against David Price, though. I think he will be at the O2, the crowd singing his name, everyone will be going behind him. I think that, Derek Chisora will be up for this fight, but he can get caught. And if David Price does catch him, then Derek Chisora can go. There's no doubt about it. So a lot of people will think that Chisora will steamroll into David Price. And I think that that could be the case. I think he could steamroll into him and just automatically take away any confidence that David Price has, because he is a confidence fighter. He is somebody that needs to build up confidence before he really goes to town on someone, and he'll be wary of Chisora in the early rounds. So I think it's up to Chisora to really, just stamp his authority early on, just head straight into Price and, with some caution, of course, but head into Price and really try and take him out. It could be an interesting fight, man. I mean, I understand if people want to pick Price because they feel that he could pick Chisora off. He's going to have to box a very disciplined fight and, stay behind that long jab of his and throw in the occasional right. Try and discourage Chisora from coming in, because we saw against Dillian Whyte, Derek Chisora was hurt early in that fight, but Dillian Whyte didn't capitalise. But David Price has the ability to do that. He has the ability to hurt Chisora coming in, and I think he needs to do that early to discourage him. And if he can do that, discourage Chisora from coming in, then he could dictate the pace of this fight. And if he dictates the pace of the fight, then it's only going to go one way, and that will be to David Price. So very interesting fight, very, one to look forward to for all of us, man. I'm looking forward to it. These two, as I said, are friends, and I'm sure that they will be friends after the fight, but it's just business, as Derek Chisora likes to say. But I'm going to go for Chisora. I'm going to think that I think that he will manage to get inside and hurt Price, but I wouldn't be surprised if Price won at all. So, and I don't really like picking against Price, especially after last time I picked Dave Allen to beat him, and how big of a mistake was that. So Price has definitely got a chance, but I'm going to go for Derek Chisora in this one. Drop your thoughts in the comment section below. Let me know what you guys think of it. Who do you think is going to win and how? Drop them in the comments. I'll catch you guys on the next one.